Okay, welcome. This is a video explaining to students how to do their homework. So this is a very important video because part of getting the results that you hope to get from the course, it's important that you do the homework properly. All right. If you know and you were told and you don't do it, then it falls on you. All right. But if I don't explain how to do it, then I'm partly responsible for not getting the results that I expect from you. All right. So the first part of the homework you'll see in the book here where it says homework lesson one. In every homework, in every lesson, there is homework. In every lesson, there is homework. In every homework, you'll find the basic structure the same, other than the changing of the audio, the audios, the videos. Those things change, but the basic structure is the same. So if I explain how to do lesson one homework, you should know how to do the homework for every lesson. You'll see here, this says earthquakes. That's the name of the audio. This is an audio that you're going to listen to. All right. And so you're going to listen to it and you're going to hear these exact words here. Hey, check this out. You know what Eric asked me when I got into work this morning? I have no idea. Right. So you're going to find there are words missing. So you have to listen and write the words that are missing. As you can see, there are words missing. All right, so the question would be for every student, well, where do I get the audio to listen to and write the words that are missing? That's when you go into the Google Drive. All right, you go into the Google Drive. I'll show you that now. All right, you go into the Google Drive. And of course, you have to send me your email address in order to get access to the Google Drive. All right, so you would be already inside here. If you're level 13, you'll already be inside the intermediate level here, first month level 13. All right, the link will send you directly inside of this folder here. So inside of that folder, you'll find it depends on whether you're taking 4 lessons a month or you're taking 8 lessons a month. Whatever, if you're taking 8 lessons a month, you'll find 8 folders. If you're taking 4 lessons a month, you'll find 4 folders. And each folder is for a particular lesson. Like after lesson one, you're going to go into day one because you just had one class. So you're going to day one to get the material that you need for doing the homework for lesson one. All right, so you'll see all of this material in there. All right, so we just said it was earthquakes, right? So you can see here is an audio that is called Earthquake 2. All right, so you listen to that. All right, you click on it. All right, and then you listen to this so you can write the words that are missing. All right. Earthquake conversation. Hey, check this out. You know what Eric asked me when I got into work this morning? I have no idea. What did he ask you? Of course, you can raise the volume, the volume is pretty low here, so you may not hear it that well. All right, but that's the basic point. All right, you can raise the volume as you like. Okay. It actually woke him up last night, So I'm gonna go out of here. All right, I want to get it was like it X out of here. Okay, so that's how you do the first part of the homework. All right, so I'm going to leave this page here, but this contains all of the information that you need, all right, for doing your homework. All right, so let's take a look at the next part of the homework. Let's go back to the book, all right, to take a look at the next part of the homework. All right, after you fill in the words that are missing here, all right, afterwards you'll see that it says vocabulary. That you don't need to memorize. This is just vocabulary to help you understand the dialogue if there are certain expressions and idioms in the dialogue that you didn't understand or you didn't know. All right. So that's why this vocabulary is there. All right. And it says, how many times did you listen to this audio? So if you want to improve in English, so that by the time you finish this level, you have a great level of improvement. You're supposed to try to listen to this audio. If you have one lesson a week, then 5 times a day. All right. The minimum should be once a day. The goal is would be 5 times a day. And the middle ground would be 3 times a day. Maybe once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at night. That's a pretty good number. All right. But 5 times is the goal, three, the medium, and once a day is the minimum. You shouldn't do anything less than that, than listening to it once a day. That's even after you have written the words that are missing. All right, because this is going to be training your ear for the language. You should be living the language so that every day you're listening to English, you're watching English, and you're reading English. Those three things should be done on a daily basis. In the class, you're going to be speaking English. All right. So here's the next part of the homework. Speak English like a native speaker. You'll find that the main characters are Fred and his son Lamont. All right, but there are other characters that do come in from time to time. All right, so here you should be learning these expressions and idioms. All right, like break the news. What does that mean? Well, it means it's something that you don't want to tell. It's bad news that you don't want to tell to someone. It always has to be that. It always has to be bad news that you don't want to tell to someone. All right, so that's the meaning of break the news. You're going to use that if it's some news that a person doesn't know and it's bad. And so you're saying break the news. All right. And so each one has the meaning in brackets. When you read in class, you should just read the expression or idiom and you don't say what's in the brackets. That's just so that when you do the second part of the homework, which is to answer questions about them, and see here, you see the same thing. You should have, by the time you come to the next class, you should have read that 30 times. So if you divide that 5 times a day times 6 days a week, you get 30 times by the time you come to the next class. All right. And so this is just reading to help improve your comprehension, including the understanding of the expressions and idioms. Okay, so that's what this is for. Every part of the homework is for a different reason. So don't expect a video for every part or an audio for every part. No, each thing is for a different thing. The first part for your listening, the second part for reading comprehension. All right. And then you have questions here connected to that dialogue. You read and you'll find 8 questions after each dialogue there. And you have to answer them. And I usually try to check them in class to see if you got the right answer. If you didn't get the right answer, then I give you the right answer. All right. Before I used to just use it as a quiz for students and a part of them getting a grade at the end of the level. But now I don't always do that. Sometimes I actually give the answer in class. All right, the next part says learn real English video questions. There is a video, all right, that goes along with this that you're going to watch and answer these 3 questions. All right, so let's go into the Google Drive to make sure that you know how to locate that. All right. So you can see here in the Google Drive, right, um, where it says Learn English. All right, that's the video that you watch to answer the questions, about this particular part of the homework. And also, you should watch it in a way that you will be able to give a presentation about it. All right, you double click on that, and you'll be able to see this video. Okay.
Hi, I'm AJ Hogue, one of the teachers of Learn Real English, and welcome to our video course.
Okay. So that's, for that part there, you're going to watch that and you're going to be prepared. You should be prepared to give a presentation about it. All right, let's take a look at the next part of the homework from the book. all right, after Learn Real English video. And you don't need to watch it at least one time or however many times you need to in order to give a presentation about it in order to answer those three questions. All right, the next part, you have a cartoon. This cartoon is very short, about 4 or 5 minutes. So this is the one that you should be watching. The goal 5 times a day if you have one lesson per week, 10 times a day if you have two lessons per week. But if you have one lesson per week, again, it's half the amount if someone, compared to someone who has two lessons a week. All right, so 5 times a day as the goal, one time a day is the minimum and 3 times a day as the medium. All right. So of course, if someone has two lessons a day, you have to remember that that's always doubled. All right. Instead of 5 times a day, it'd be 10 times a day. And, the minimum still being one, but the medium being five in that case. All right. So keep that in mind for each part, whether it's the listening, the watching, or the reading. So this is the third thing that you should be doing every day, watching this cartoon, and also answer the 5 questions connected to them. All right, if for some reason you want to watch a different cartoon in place of it, just make sure that it's not more than 5 minutes long so you can do what I mentioned 5 times a day for one lesson a week, 10 times a day for two lessons a week. All right, but make sure that the audio, the dialogue, this people that are speaking for the cartoon characters are native speakers, someone from America, someone from England, someone from Canada, native speakers, all right? Because you don't want to watch a cartoon and they're Indian people or someone else and giving you the wrong accent, Which you don't want, it's so lovely to see you. You very, very, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to develop, you don't want to spend a whole month, uh, ruining your accent or reinforcing the bad accent that perhaps you already have. All right, so make sure if you change the cartoon, and then in that case, you're going to write the name of the cartoon. You see here, what is the name of the cartoon? What good thing happened in cartoon? But I really prefer that you watch the cartoons that are provided because this way I can help you in class. If you didn't understand something in the cartoon and you had questions about it, I can help you, but I can't help you too much if it's a cartoon that I did not see. Okay, so I would recommend if you do that, send me a link to the cartoon that you have chosen so I can at least watch it and be able to help you. That's the only other possibility. You could choose a cartoon and send me the link to it, and I can watch it. And this way, I'll be ready to help you even in class with a cartoon that I didn't see before. All right, at the bottom here, this is very important. Don't skip this. It says audio. How many times did you hear the word swords? In each lesson, you'll find a different audio with a different word to search for. Um, so in the homework in the Google Drive, you'll find that the audio says swords word test. So there's always a word test. In this case, swords word test. All you do is listen and say how many times you heard the word swords. If it was one time, fine. 2 times, fine. 5 times, fine. 100 times, fine. But it should not be zero. That I can guarantee you. It should not say zero. All right. So you should have heard it at least once. All right. So this is very important because this is training your ear for listening to native speakers. You're only listening for that one particular word that's in the word test. Let's take a look at the Google Drive so you'll make sure that you know where to find that. All right. If you look here, you will see, as I just mentioned, right here, what does it say? Sword word test. Sword word test. So you're going to listen to that audio and count how many times you heard the word swords. Okay, the word sword, whether it's with an S or something connected to it before or after, but the main thing, the word sword, whether you heard sword or swords or cross swords, because it's quite often combined with another word before it, crossed swords. All right, so, but how many times did you hear it? All right, so this is that part of the homework that is talking about there. It's very important. Don't skip that because if so, by the time you get to the advanced level, you may be shocked and not ready for it. All right, so it's important that you listen to that audio All right, very important. I used to fail students who didn't listen to that audio. All right, so please, because on the test, it counted for more points than any other part of the test. Here it says pronunciation. All right, you won't know how to answer these questions unless you were in the class and got the lesson about pronunciation. All right, if you didn't, you should at least ask for the video lesson of it. The video lesson will also teach this lesson. So if you attended the class, you'll know. If you didn't attend the class, then the video lesson will teach the same thing because it's actually a video of me teaching the lesson. All right, so you either get the answers by watching the video lesson or actually attending the lesson. Okay, for that part. All right, the next part after that is another video called goal setting, and you'll find that video in the Google Drive. So let's just take a look to confirm it. All right, so you won't say, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I was looking, I didn't see it. Right? You don't want to say that, and I don't want to hear that. All right, so you can see here it says goal setting, edit, right? And before. All right, so you're going to listen to that. All right. It's supposed to be a video, right? This the third video. So let's just check here. Yeah, so it's a video, 12 steps to achieve goals.
Assalamualaikum. All of you have goals. That's why you're my student, because all of you have goals. You have something that you want to achieve. And English is a part of achieving those goals. So it's important for you to know the steps to take in order to achieve those goals.
Okay. All right, so goal setting. All right. Now let's go back to the book and take a look. Now here, just before I leave this, see it says pronunciation perfection. This is an audio, it's an extra audio, just in case you would like to listen to the lesson again. It's not a video, it's an audio. So there are certain practice readings and other parts of the lesson that maybe you want to listen to if you're going to do the reading practice or something like that, or you want to review the lesson with an audio as opposed to with a video. So that's another way to do a review. It's another way to practice. All right. So let's go back to the book now to see what's next. All right. So the goal setting video. You're going to write the 12 steps to setting and achieving goals. All right. And then after that, there's a song. See, it says write the words in the song as you know of it as being a nasheed. So write the words in the song. You write it to the best of your ability. If you find that that's very difficult for you to do, then just write what it's generally about. You don't have to write it word for word. Okay. And they say this is a very good practice when people are learning another language to listen to the songs in that language. All right. So, if you can understand the words in the language, they're very beautiful. And so that no one is offended by anything at all. The words are very positive, very beautiful. There's no music in it. So everyone should be able to listen to this song and appreciate it. All right. So let's take a look just to make sure you know that you know where it's at. So you won't say the same thing. I didn't see it. I couldn't find it. You know. All right. So let's take a look here, right? The song here it says Zanbika. Okay. Better Day, voice only, original, right? So let's listen to that, just a little bit of it.
You told me
You told me
you can never be anything.
I can never be
Yeah,
anything, yeah. But I
but I'll
show you.
show you
Okay.
that.
All right, so we're not going to listen to the whole song now, of course, but this is a good practice to use for listening, improving your listening. And if you have a good voice, you could even sing it. All right. Even if you don't have a great voice, you can still sing it. Maybe not in class, but you can sing it at home on your own, right? But it's a good practice to practice singing it. All right, but that's the last part of the homework. All right, so um, you should understand now how to do the homework. All right, so this is the last part of the homework. Only thing I might want to add to this, see, because then you get to lesson two. So we're not dealing with, in that folder, we're not dealing with anything from lesson two because that would be in day two. All right. So the only thing I want to perhaps add to this is that a very important drill for you to do for homework is a reading drill, reading and listening drill. How do you do that? Well, what you do is you go to any of the readings, like one reading is it says practice reading, which you'll find that in the pronunciation perfection audio. But if it's hard for you to find there, then you could even use this one, the homework audio. All right. After you've done the homework and wrote the words that are missing, then all you do is listen and repeat. Excellent drill to do. And I hope you do this because this will definitely help improve your speaking very quickly. So please try to do this at least once a day. If you can do this, will be great. The more you do it, the better you'll be and the faster you'll get better. So if you hear what, hey, check this out, then you say, hey, check this out. Now I'm just changing my voice so you know it's repeating. All right. I can say, hey, check this out, but I'm trying to say that you repeat. All right. Not that you're saying it twice, right? So you hear the audio, hey, check this out. And then you say, hey, check this out. So you repeat after it, all right, through the whole dialogue and try to say it like you hear it. All right. Try to make sure your accent matches the accent of the audio. Excellent drill to do. Whoever does that in this class will be one of the best students in this class. So I hope you really do this. Excellent, excellent drill to do. All right. I would love to make it mandatory, but I can't force anyone to do anything when they're not in class. I can't see you. I can't tell you. I can't. So just please try to do it because I think you're here to benefit. You're in the class to benefit from it. And so I want to give you all of the keys that you need to benefit from the course in the highest and best possible way. All right. So that's it for today. How to do the homework. So you should know that. If you have any additional questions, feel free to ask in class or by WhatsApp or on Facebook. All right. Enjoy your day.